Thank you so much for watching the Posse Turkey series. This is the first season, and if you didn't catch the first episode, it's live on the HuntStand YouTube channel right now. I headed down to Florida. That was an early season turkey hunt at the end of March, but the truth is I actually slipped out to West Texas before that hunt for one day of turkey hunting at a special event. And that's the episode that you're about to watch right now. It's actually a two-parter, so you can see this first episode and then watch the second episode to follow up. The link for the second episode is in the description right below here. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the HuntStand YouTube channel to get all the relevant updates for the Posse series and all the other content we put out through HuntStand Media.
El Rio Grande. 20 years ago, I picked up my first turkey call, went after my first turkey, and I had no idea it was going to change my life. Turkey hunting has become the biggest priority in terms of my hunting pursuits, and it will always be that way. All right, just got to Uvalde, rolling into the Oasis Outback. Got me some extra TSS. Can never have enough of that. Now I just gotta go get some cold boys for the evenings, after the hunt, of course. I'll just take a 12-pack of Lone Star.
Okay. Do you want bottles or cans?
Cans would be great. Finally turning off the main highway. Getting real close here, just a couple miles down the road. And you know what time that is? It's time to go through a gate. When you're going through a gate, usually that means something real cool is about to happen. At least in my world. Usually when I go through a gate, I end up somewhere that you're trying to shoot something. And in this case, I reckon it's gonna be some Rio Grande longbeards in Wade Middleton's camp. But what's really crazy about the next couple of days isn't just that I'm here to turkey hunt. Well, you're about to find out what's going on here, but I'm not gonna break the news. I'll let Wade be the one to explain what's about to unfold here with all this madness. Wade, what's the turkey bass smash?
Yeah, the turkey bass smash was something we created several years back, where we have teams of people come together that like to turkey hunt and like to fish. We would bring in a professional angler with say somebody from the media or somebody within the outdoors industry and team them together, and then we built this crazy scoring system for, you know, biggest turkey, longest beard, penalties for misses, things along those lines. And that would be one full day. And then the fishing portion of it, you go out and either you're trying to catch the most, the biggest, or your, you know, biggest 5 fish. And it's a grind, it's a grueling event, but it is a lot of fun.
Well, there's already been a lot of trash talk this morning. I mean, you heard Brandon, you heard Clark.
I tell you what that sounds like is a bunch of hogwash. I mean,
You heard Scott. Scott's the one that I really want to take down.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
He's just a little bit too cocky right now.
Feeling good. I mean, I slept like a champ last night, which I think is very appropriate for the times right now because we're the reigning champs. We're going to continue to be the two-time champs. So,
Yeah, just because you win once doesn't mean you're going to win again. I've been waiting for this for years.
Well, I mean, the good thing about us is that we've only got up to go. We've never done anything, you know, we've never finished on the bottom. They're starting from the top, and I think that they're just going to second guess themselves all the way down. See?
This is what's
See?
at stake.
That space right there,
the
right
glory.
there is reserved for us.
No, that's a Band-Aid for COVID.
Well, you know, right below that one.
If that thing disappears in the middle of the night, don't come looking for me. Depending on how many turkeys die today, that thing might go missing.
See, he's been waiting on the side holding that thing just so he could touch it again.
No, it's honestly, it's really all on his shoulders this morning because I've hunted down here before, but I don't know the ranch well enough to even know where to begin. If he threw me out there, I'd be just as lost as one of the guys trying to jump across the border down here. So I don't know, man. It's all on you, and I have full faith.
It's going to be a good morning. They're going to be going off. I think we're going to, you know, we just have to play it by ear, run and gun, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have it.
Yes. So with this country out here in West Texas and a lot of parts of Texas, and frankly, the Southwest in general, you're usually dealing with big areas without a lot of cover. So these turkeys, they don't have a lot of places to roost. Live oaks and stuff like that they'll roost in, but a lot of the other trees are just too short. So with limited roosting cover, it makes it a little bit easier to find them. But the problem is once they fly down, there's no telling where they're gonna go out here. They've sometimes it seems like there's a rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes there isn't. Michael knows better than anybody. He spends a ton of time out here. So what are you thinking for the AM?
I mean, historically, what happens is, you know, this is the little area we're at right now. We're going to be hunting right over here in this big group of oaks. They've always roosted in this area. And our hope is that we're just going to kind of sneak in this area. We're going to listen for a little bit. You know, I haven't been on the property in the last couple of weeks, so we don't know exactly where they're roosting. But they're always here. So I feel like we'll be able to make a play this morning as soon as we kind of get a location on where they're at.
Yeah, and like I said, if you look at this map, I mean, it's a lot of desolate country with just a few fingers of oaks, and that's where you're going to find the turkeys. I don't care where you're hunting in the Southwest, that's just going to be the routine because they need somewhere to get up off the ground, get away from predators, feel comfortable. And also because of that, you're going to find larger congregations of birds a lot of the time. Even if they break off into their subgroups throughout the day, no matter the time of the spring, if they only have limited roosting cover, you know, typical like you'd see with a wintering flock in any other part of the country, the turkeys are going to get together in the evening because they have to, because they're all going to go to the same roost because it's the only place to go. But then when they get down in the morning, depends on the part of the season, it depends on the part of spring, what part of the breeding situation they're in. So sometimes they'll fly down earlier in the season and they'll stay together. Otherwise, sometimes maybe they'll break off into jakes, groups of toms, groups of hens and younger birds. Or hopefully in this case, we've got some lone single 2-year-olds that are looking for some TSS.
Okay, so they're not far. The question is, they can either go this way. There's a creek right here. It's dry right now, but they can either. Is that the same birds? Yeah. Well, it might have been another group. Some of those ones sounded closer. Really close. Do what? So they're really close. They're close. I mean, what do we even do here? Are they gonna see us? No. It goes down like this, and those birds don't really come up this much. They go up and down this creek. How do we get down there? We can walk down this side of it. Whatever you say. I think we should, whatever we're gonna do, I think we need to do it. Let's get on this side of the road. We'll walk down there, we'll get in the ditch, and we'll just see if we can set up. There's a little high spot over here I think we can get to. I feel like they're in that tall clump. Yeah. Don't you think? Well, there's tall clumps all the way down there. It goes a good ways. It's solid trees right there. You think they're farther than those ones? I don't know. I mean, I honestly think they're about 100 yards in. I don't think they can see us right now. This is a road right here. We're gonna go down. Let's do that. How far do you want to try to get away from them? I think this is far enough. Yeah, we'll just go. Just drop down. Do you see him? Okay. Are you on him? What? You on him? I lost him. He's gonna come down the creek bed. See him? In the creek bed. What? What? Okay. El Rio Grande. Nice bird. Gorgeous. Right on the border of Mexico. They don't get any more Rio Grande than this. I mean, we're not all that far from the Rio Grande River. These are Rio Grande turkeys. He might not win the battle for the heaviest gobbler, but he's got some decent spurs on him. They're probably gonna go, well, probably, I'm guessing the longer one will go 7/8. But you can see how they start to curve a little bit. He's probably a 3-year-old. You can't always tell by the spurs, but he's most likely not just a 2-year-old. I think he's probably about 3. But in terms of the turkey bass smash, we got this beard here, and look at that extra long strand. That baby might go 10, 11 inches, so that's gonna help us really rack up the score.
Well, the other thing that's very, very nice is it is 7:47. We got a lot of time still.
That worked about as good as you can want.
So you want to talk about deciding how much to call, when to call, what types of calls to use. Because of the chaos this morning, and the fact that we busted that roost up and all those birds were separated, actually the gobblers didn't really know what was going on. They just heard a bunch of other turkeys flying around. I mean, turkeys move and they fly around for a lot of different reasons. It doesn't always mean that there's a human coming in to hunt them. And they know that. I mean, there could be all sorts of critters walking around out here, and turkeys just do weird things. So those gobblers were never really alerted to what was going on with their compadres who were busting out of the trees. But we set up right there, similar like you do for a fall scatter. We set up right where they took off. And those turkeys wanted to get back together when they flew down. So you could tell that they flew a little ways down. They were debating whether they should hang around. They didn't really know exactly what was going on. And they just wanted to reassemble when they hit the ground. Turkeys want to be together generally. So I just poured on the calls. I was just taking their temperature as we went, and they were fired up, and it seemed to be working. So as soon as those gobblers hit the ground, I could hear one of them fly down. He was spitting and drumming, and I figured, you know what, I got nothing to lose. They're either gonna go away or they're gonna come toward us. They were already responding really well to the calls, so I just pounded on the cutting and the yelping. I even dropped some fighting purrs, and man, they came right down that creek bed so nice. I was running this mouth call from Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls. It's actually a reverse combo cut for my left air channel. Works perfect for me. Really easy to manipulate sounds in my mouth, and can't go wrong with these calls. They work really well, add a lot of realism, and hey, hands free is the way to be.